So, this is The Psychology of Luxury, narrated by James, the founder of the trends that have led to this. Well, America's wealth is largely tied to about 10% of the country, and that 10% of the country manages and owns about 70% of the United States wealth. And most of that is held in real estate, being rental properties and large 30 million plus 20,000 square foot mega mansions like you see here, anywhere from Naples, Florida to Hinsdale, Illinois to Scottsdale, Arizona. Now, I happen to live next to the seventh ranked major U.S. wealth center in Hinsdale, Illinois, and I grew up about 10 minutes from there as well. So I have sort of a unique perspective as I've driven through these areas pretty much every day of my life, multiple times, and I have seen sort of the transfer of wealth. So what is the great wealth transfer? How are these people doing this? Well, typically when a home is managed under an LLC, when that person passes away, that home never goes for sale. It's simply transferred to whoever they leave that home to, and they don't pay capital gains tax. So that is called the step up in basis, and that's primarily how the ultra wealthy keep their wealth secret, and you don't really know who many of these homes are actually owned by. Now, there are some luxury real estate agents that I have studied, and they specialize in homes $5, $10 million, even up to $35 million. I've seen some of these homes listed for, but those are very rare, and those are the exception. Most homes in that stratosphere are typically transferred through wealth transfers, and that is rough estimate of about 60 to 65%. People are actually paying for privacy, not just privacy of ownership, but privacy of the residence itself. Typically, the less you can see, the more these people control. So their names are not actually on the title. The LLC owns and manages the title, and the revocable living trust essentially transfers those assets to whoever they leave the assets to with no probate court. So secrecy is actually the number one priority of whether it's the celebrities, whether it's just people who have owned businesses. Yes, there are exceptions, people who have grown their businesses from the startup and own a $100 million house, but those are the exception, not the rule. A majority of these types of homes and properties are actually acquired and updated by what's called the wealth transfer. Now, this is not just in your super